Well, g'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to do some more forging. We're back out in the forge. We're going to do some bending of metal. So this is our first step of bending metal. We're going to do just a round curl, and it's not going to be offset for an eye or anything like that. It's just a straight round curl. Next up we're going to do a tip curl, which we do for the start of an eye. So I'm just going to taper down a tip and then curl it over. And next up I'm going to do an eye. Now all of this stuff's going to be done over the anvil. So this is our first step, our basic step into starting to bend metal. Alright, let's light the forge and get going.
Okay guys, as normal I'm using that scrap metal, so I'm just cutting off the where I bolted out, and I'm also just drawing the bar out just so I've got a nice even piece of the same thickness to work with. Just looks a little better and bends around a bit better. Okay, our offset eye, we're just going to hang the material over the edge of the anvil. Now this is rounded on this edge, and just start hitting it down. Come over to the horn, just start bringing it round. We just want to get that curve first on the end of it, and then we'll keep working it round. Okay, back out of the forge we come. We're just going to feed a bit more material around, so we've got a bit more available for the curve. Just tighten it up a bit with a hammer. Alright, back to the horn. Okay. Now we want to strike on the unsupported side, and that's what's going to make it curve around further. Closing it up a bit by hand. Then once you do that, you've got to dress it up a bit and just bring it back to straight in alignment. Okay, back up the heat. Just gonna keep bringing that corner around. I should have done it before now. Bring some more metal around. Just neaten it up where there was a bit of too much of a bend there. So if you hit it on the supported side, that will actually reduce the curve in it, and hitting it on the unsupported side increases the curve in it. And there we are, just a simple offset eye worked over the horn and the anvil. Okay, for our little rat tail curl, we're just going to start by tapering up the end of it. I've already drawn this bar out just to give myself something smooth to work with. But yeah, we're just going to do a long taper on the end of it. Just a nice long square taper, and that'll give the rat tail something to curl up as. Okay, second heat, just neatening it up, making a nice smooth taper there. Because these bars have been used and abused a bit, just taking a bit of time to clean everything up, make it nice and pretty. And there we go, nice long taper so we can curl it into the rat's tail. Okay, out of the forge we come, and again just hanging over that curved over side of the anvil, just bending the bar around, just easing that tip around, and now hitting it around. You want to make sure you get the end of that tucked in before you go too far, because once you curl the back around, it's very hard to get that end tucked in. You've got to uncurl it and do it again. Just dress everything up. Okay, there we are, curled round into a rat's tail. Okay, the bar's getting a bit short and starting to heat up, so I'm going to switch over to a pair of tongs to grip it with. Okay, out we come. Now we're going to start with about a hammerhead worth of material. Easiest way to measure it. I'm just going to knock it down there with the ball end, and then I'm going to knock it down to the anvil and back to the face of the anvil, just trying to square up that turn. I'm looking for a 90-degree turn before I start, so just spending that time developing that 90 degrees. Get it nice and neat before we start curling it around. Just tidy up anything that gets a bit cattywampus. And we'll take another heat. Okay, out we come again, and you'll notice that rat's tail's nice and black. I've quenched the end of that just so I can work on it. And we just start in the same way as we have with all the others. Just put it over the side of the anvil and start turning the shape. Just feed material into that curve. Okay, across the horn, hit the unsupported side to make it curl. And that's why we've quenched that little rat's tail, because we're hitting on it, so we want that to be a little bit stronger than everything else. Don't try and force it too far, just take it round, knock it back to shape, and then put it back in the heat up again. Okay, second heat, again, quenched off the rat's tail. Just continuing to work on the unsupported side and just bring things around. As you can see there, there's way too much metal still needs to come around near the join. So I'm just trying to open it back up again. Oops, butterfingers and dropped it. Unfortunately, due to my car crash, I have got a little bit of limited sensitivity in my fingers, and it does make it easy for me to drop things. And drop them again. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt, but you got to work through it. Yeah, it is what it is, and I'm going to show you guys how it actually goes. Yeah, I've got tingling in both hands, and it does affect my gripping. So, yep, often my stuff tends to hit the floor a little bit. Okay, back out we come. Just working that section that really needs to turn around up near the 90 degrees. You can see that there's not enough curl up there. That's the part that really needs to come around. So just working from there and working down. Have a look and see where the circle's looking good, where it's looking bad. Open where you need to and close where you need to. I'm forming nice round eyes on the horn of the anvil. It's a tricky thing, takes a lot of practice to do it. A little bit of backwards and forwards, have a look, make sure the shape's good. Straighten stuff up a bit. Let's just clean up blows at this low heat. Inspecting the eye. If you have a look there, it just is not round. It's not right. So we go back in, take another heat and fix it up. Okay, we're still looking to drive around from that 90 degrees section. And again, we're looking at it as we go, just checking the shape and making sure we're happy with it. Didn't take a lot of adjustment this time. But still looking. Still trying to get just right. So it's only little taps at this stage, you know. Was just going back in for this last heat just to make that perfect shape, you know, just to drive that little bit harder rather than one that's good enough to one that's done right. And there we go, that looks a lot more even and much better looking. And we'll head off and quench that one. Oh folks, there we go. As you can see, just a curled end on it, which is a prelude to scrolling and that sort of thing. So we just curled the end over on that one. Unless you offset it back, then you just get this offset curl on it. So that's our first step. Then we come through to this fella, and our first one was our little rat tail here. So same sort of process as this one. We're just putting that taper on it first and then curling it all the way over. And then we come across, we take some material, we offset it, and then we bring it round into basically an eye end for a handle. So there we go. Well, that's it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much everyone for watching. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit that little bell notification. That way you know when I've got further blacksmithing videos coming along, knife making videos come along, or any of the other videos I do. Again, thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.